Okay, so now we're gonna, start into our on-course course management lessons here, and I see that you've got a couple, club options here, and with this hole being about 380, so it's a little bit of a shorter hole for a player at your caliber, and with some, OB on the right, you got some bunkers in your landing zone, and then you also have water on the left, even when you go down the fairway a little bit. There is some landing area. The fairway's pretty wide, but you've got some trouble on both sides. How do you go about, walk me through how you choose which club you're going to hit?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me because if I hit a good drive, I'm going to have a wedge in my hand, and with a wedge, I feel like I have a good opportunity to make a birdie. So that's always something I look at. Sadly, I look at how my range session went, how I was hitting my driver there.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling confident with my driver, this is a hole where I definitely feel like it's worth taking a chance on. If I feel like I have a good shot.
Yeah.
If I'm not feeling confident, I would probably hit an iron or a three wood or something
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
And even 20 yards back, I'm still have a short iron in my hand.
Yeah.
So I think really that's the smart play to do for sure.
Okay, so the 3-wood. So with this, with how your range session went today, a little bit weary with the driver, and it does have a little bit bigger percentage for error.
Right.
So this hole, with knowing that you've got hazard on the left, bunker, and OB on the right, you think you want to play a 3-wood?
Yeah, I think a 3-wood is probably the safe club.
Because what's the distance if we're 380 out? What's the distance that you see yourself being at
With a 3-wood?
With the 3-wood.
I'd say probably 130 to 140 out.
Okay. And so what are you hitting with that?
Probably a 9 iron or an 8
and you're
iron.
confident with your
Right.
short iron, so that
Right.
definitely could put you in a birdie zone, if not a par. I mean,
Right.
par's the goal. Let's hit hit the goal.
And another good point that you made me think about is the landing area. It kind of narrows up there.
Yeah.
So let's say I catch a good drive, even a good shot, I could be penalized.
Right. So even just being 3 yards to the right, you're going to hit that bunker, and
Yeah.
there's probably about 6 up there, so there's not a lot of room. It's not like there's one little one up there. So they're waiting for you. But with your 3-wood, you know that you can hit it where at that 150 and get it to that spot where you're hitting a short iron. So when you, I'll take your driver for you. So because we've kind of narrowed it down now, we've talked about what you want to do. You're feeling confident with the 3-wood. You're going to have the shot that you want into it. I want you to talk to me with how you do your pre-shot routine, how you imagine that shot, and
Right. So I typically like to hit a right to left ball, so kind of a draw. So I don't typically think much about the shot.
Okay.
For me, less has always been more
Okay.
in that department. But if I could just find the right balance of not overthinking shots, as far as I want to hit a draw, I got to make sure I do this, and this, rather than just think of the shot. This is what I want. 1 or 2 swing thoughts at most.
Absolutely.
And then pull the trigger for
Yeah.
sure.
What I want you to do, though, is when you are, taking your pre-shot routine, I know that you come behind the ball when you are right about when you're going to hit. I do want you to imagine where you're going to land it. I want you to really focus on that landing spot. Just dial it in, really focus, and imagine that shot going straight to that spot.
Okay.
Okay, I think that'll help you and really keep you dialed in and focused instead of worrying about other things.
Right.
So why don't you go ahead and hit this one for me?
Okay.
And just go through your pre-shot routine, and I really want you to focus on that landing spot. Okay, so
I think I had a little bit of an alignment issue because
issue.
it felt like I hit it solid.
yeah, it looked great. It was straight on line. I think, there was a little bit, I was standing behind you, it looked like there was a little bit of an alignment issue. So let's do this again. I want you to hit it again. I'll, check your alignment for you, although that is against the rules now.
Right.
But we're just practicing.
Thank
So
you.
I will check that for you and make sure that you're online. But I, again, want you to really focus on that spot. I want you to take your pre-shot routine, double check everything, and then just swing away.
Okay.
There you go. There we go. Great shot. So can you explain to me the difference between those two shots? Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like on the first
imagery.
one I was so focused on the ball and not really where I was going to hit it. I was just
Okay.
focused on getting the club square to the ball, where the second one I kind of opened up to the surroundings of the hole.
Okay.
And kind of used those as guidelines of where I want the ball to start, where it's going to curve, where it's going to end up.
Well, and I think that just being able to imagine the shot a little bit more. I know that you talked about not having too many, but I think if you just dial down on, where you want it to go, how you want to shape that shot, I think that's going to be key for you, because it obviously worked out the second time when you just focus more on the shot than the mechanics of the swing.
Definitely.
So, looks great. I think that something you can work on, but I think it'll be extremely beneficial for you.
Awesome.